Welcome everyone to today's live stream. We're back on the Houston Texans Madden 21 franchise rebuild, preparing for the 2030 season. We've been doing this series now for a little while, and we still don't have that Super Bowl ring. I'm trying to get us there before Madden 22, so welcome aboard everybody as we prepare for like the 10th year of the series. I mean, I can't believe we've gone this far and haven't won a title. Like, most of my series have won a title by now, so I just kind of assume. But this is one of those series that's just been a little bit different. We've played 9 years. Now, there was like a 10th in the very beginning that I simulated through. It was actually the real-life 2020 season. But this is basically year 10 in the series coming up. We've still got some work to do, and today what we're trying to accomplish is figure out who's listed as wide receiver 3. We might want to play multiple in that role, but who is going to be listed as the third receiver, stepping up in the place of Devin Macklin? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream today. Glad to see the chat filling up here. How are y'all doing on this Wednesday afternoon? Just got off work. Perfect timing. Hey, every time I post an episode, there's at least one person in the comments that's like, you posted this at a perfect time. So I do want to know what you all think so far of who this third receiver could be, because it is such a good group of receivers. You have Austin Kitchen, the preseason superstar, but he's starting to become kind of like that guy that's getting really old at AAA. Like, is he good enough to play or not? Let's figure it out. It's year 6 for Austin Kitchen, and he has 3 career catches. And then you consider the younger players we have. Obviously, Antonio Werner got some playing time last year, has that hidden development and 3 catches as well in his career. Pyro, I posted more Rockies today. I did, right? Like, I posted that video, correct? Yeah, 21 minutes ago. Maybe you finished it. It's 22 minutes. So maybe you somehow finished the video if you were there as soon as I posted it live. But there's Kitchen, there's Werner, there's Danny Arrington, somebody I was really excited to draft. 7 catches in his career. And then the rookie. Could Paul Sears be better than all of them? He's got hidden development, but he's got a nice skill set here to start out with. He was an early first round talent. So who do you think is wide receiver 3? Now, because we want to really focus on these wide receivers, we need to pass the football. And last preseason, it was so disappointing because we couldn't protect. This year, we're more prepared. So, we got Stephen Brown here, who I'm going to be listing at tackle. He's the rookie we selected in the 2nd round, gave up a lot to get him. And, he can do some pass protection with the 2nd team, and I also signed a player specifically for this who might make the team, Nick Northrup. I don't care about the run blocking ratings. I just can't have the tackles getting destroyed every single play, like we saw last year when J.D. Herbert was one of the starters, and it didn't go well. So the backup situation is taken care of. At tight end, Cassius Fowler, Dante Hairston. I'd love to see a bit of Russ Watson and the rookie Raekwon St. Louis at tight end as well. But today is really focused on these wide receivers. Defensively, I added some depth. Okay, here's a player I think is actually pretty interesting. Say hello to Thad Kaplan. Kaplan is in his 5th year. He's 6'5", 267. That's a big linebacker. That's old school. He's a run stopper. 77 speed, 81 strength. What I like about Kaplan is he also gives you a little bit of pass rush potential there as well. But we had like 5 linebackers on the team, so I'm just adding some depth there. Not a huge signing. A lot of this team is just returning from last year, so really the focus is going to be on this receiver battle and primarily the offense. Don't play Jones and Ingram in the preseason. I don't plan on playing them a ton. I do want to mostly see everybody else. We don't have to see much of Ingram or Jones. So we'll be doing a lot of substituting there. Let me fix this. Like, the game loves to mess with my depth charts. We need Ferris there, and I want to make sure we get a little more Michael Arnett action. Just got to get this all set up here. And then we can get through these preseason games. Trade Carr for a good future pick. I don't see us trading away anybody as we try to get to the Super Bowl. We have to be pretty bad to end up making any kind of a trade there. So Zach Jones, Kurt Reiner, Montrell Russell. Those are your top 3 linebackers in the base defense. Corner group is the same as it's been. Dre Tatum, same role. Excited about him. Madden 22 comes out mid-August. I think like the early access release date is like the 17th. I don't know, because games have like multiple release dates now. Plus they do like early access through the EA Play app. That's like $5 a month. So I don't know the first day I can play Madden, but assume it's somewhere around August 15th. Why do they have Kitchen here as the top slot? Are you out of your mind? It's got to be George Ingram. After that, you got a battle, I think. Ferris, Beverly, that's set up correctly. Hillhouse. I signed an extra defensive tackle as well, Chauncey Lowry. A bit undersized, but I think he can pull it off. I moved him from DN to D tackle. Yeah, PC players on Madden 22 really disappointing that they're not getting the next gen experience despite being the most up-to-date hardware, depending on your personal machine, but there's no reason PC should have to be a last gen experience. But it doesn't completely shock me, just given the fact that what can you do in a year? Can you get PC up to speed? I'm sure they want PC to be where next gen consoles are at, but it just didn't make the cut. Yeah, I thought Daniel Blue was going to be pretty good. I have my ideas for how things can work at running back, and they're not always correct. I'm really excited about a lot of the features coming to Madden 22 franchise, though. I think, like, with their weekly game plans and momentum, home field advantage, I can't wait to see what's new with scouting. Like, the next rebuild franchise, I really can't wait for it. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I need to figure this out. Roseman's X Factor, Brick Wall. That's just the one I liked because it would make it so, I believe Brick Wall keeps him from being sacked by, like, blitzing defensive backs. I don't like a lot of the X Factors. Any blitzing defenders, so that's the one I went with. It's either that, I'm not going to use Gambler. And he's already so accurate, I don't need these other ones. The Truz ability actually wouldn't be bad either. I thought Brick Wall was the most useful. He's a pocket passer who's already accurate, doesn't need a boost there, so that just helps. Hey, I passed on running backs a lot in the draft now. I think I've gotten better at not adding all the running backs. I saw somebody wanted to see some Color Rush uniforms, so we will go Color Rush in this matchup here and get this first game underway. I have not chosen anything for 22 yet, no. There are a lot of teams that are fun, though. I think that, depending on what kind of rebuild you want, I mean, you're going to have some really fun projects, I think. Yeah, I'll probably change Stephen Brown's number. 50s are more of an interior line number. Bazooka. I'd say Roseman could actually benefit from Bazooka. But, like, how many of those deep balls would he actually throw in the zone? Like, I don't think it could be more than 3 or 4 in a whole season. Green Bay with Jordan Love rebuild. That's what I'm talking about. We need that kind of energy. Aaron Rodgers, our favorite Jeopardy host, giving Jordan Love a chance to become the Packers starting quarterback. It'd be a great story. Yeah, we'll see some Jaden O'Neal. I'm sure we'll get some defensive action, but this is going to be a very offensively focused preseason now. I don't think I get much for Childs. He's like a mid-70s linebacker. That's only like a 4th or 5th round pick. So I want to sim in this first game. I want to get right into the second quarter. Second quarter offense. Get the backups out there. We have 2 quarterbacks on the team right now. Elliot Dishman is the second. And we are up 14-0. Cordell Hillhouse. Why is he out there with the backups right now? Because we have too much depth. Finish this drive, and here we go. Let's set this depth chart quick. I'll check the stats, too. But we're going to see Dishman now with Gillislee. Paul Baxter might get a look. So we're going to start with Werner and Kitchen as the top 2 receivers. Then we'll work in Arrington and Sears. I'm excited about all of them. At tight end here, let's go. Raekwon St. Louis. I want to see him out there. Oh, because he's starting at fullback. All right, in that case then, we'll just have Russ Watson be the top tight end. Raekwon St. Louis the number 2. Stephen Brown playing left tackle. Warren Elam, Gordon Ramsay. We can give Michael Owenu some extra reps. And then Northrup at right tackle. That should give us a couple of pockets to throw from this time around. I do want to see Keegan Geralt a little bit. I do not want to see Cordell Hillhouse there. We'll have Michael Arnett, Marcus Childs, Jaden O'Neal, and Thad Kaplan. Lynn Cox is hurt. David Perkins, Rashawn Tyson. We'll mix in Adrian Payton as well. Sorry this part takes so long. Let's have Paul Sears be the slot for now. I think he'll be really solid in that role. Keegan Geralt, Daryl Lehman with Arnett and Whitley. And then Jaden O'Neal along with Zach Jones. Get him some extra reps there. All right, what's up with Lynn Cox? Shoulder strain, not a serious injury. And for the stats, Roseman, 7 for 7 with a touchdown. Not much here on the ground. Russ Watson scoring touchdowns in the preseason. That's what's happening here. George Ingram, save something for the regular season when the games count. All right, everybody. We have Elliott Dishman under center. We want to see what these receivers can do, but we'll have to wait a moment as Gillisley gets us 4. Here is Dishman on second down, and this one goes outside for a short pickup. Not much there. But why is Cassius Fowler playing? Did I mess up the depth chart? I was doing a lot of stuff there really quickly. On 3rd and 4, that one's caught, bouncing off his Fowler, and he's across the 50. As much as I want to see more of Cassius Fowler, it's not necessarily the right time. Yeah, I messed that up. I need Russ Watson there. Can you do an Eagles or Steelers franchise soon? Those are teams I have to really consider this year. I think there's a good case for both. Draw play. Nice job there by Blue. They run it once again. Why are you trolling me like this? I want to see some passes. Third and 5. And here is Elliott Dishman, our favorite backup quarterback, and it's Paul Sears. Down the middle of the field. He's inside the 20. Does have like 92 speed. And I think you can develop him into either a slot receiver or a deep threat, whatever you're looking for there. Running this. Gillisley, 5 yards. A little bit of a warp there. Kitchen, bottom of the screen on second down. Dishman, actually protected. Throws it off the crossbar. That was just a trick shot. He was just trying to show us his accuracy there. It's 3rd down and 5 now. Sears, bottom of the screen. Where does Dishman go with it? It's a screen for Daniel Blue. He makes a man miss. First down. Creation skills for Daniel Blue. Now we go out of the eye on 1st down. Fullback dive. It's going to be a gain of 3 for Raekwon St. Louis. We have 2 fullbacks. Paul Sears is going to be a star. Possibly! Touchdown! Hey, if you're going to be the backup to Russ Watson, you have to do what Russ Watson does. Touchdown, Raekwon St. Louis. Let's get back to the next drive now. We'll watch some defense as well, but there's plenty of time for that later. Got us a fumble. Let's go back to offense. This is Dishman to the air. And he completes across the middle to Paul Sears. It's a gain of, I don't actually know, 1st down. I really don't know. Wasn't paying attention to the down and distance there. On the outside, hauled in by Kitchen. 1st down. I didn't sign any more depth receivers. We have plenty as it is. So we'll figure this out. Outside for Watson. He can't turn up cleanly. Yes, Sears is looking good so far. We're going empty now. You have Daniel Blue, bottom of the screen. And the pass caught by Watson. Not bad. We'll get Werner out there too. I think he is out there actually. Yeah, he is alongside Sears right now. We head to the air. Dishman in trouble. He throws this one away. I didn't sign a QB3, no. I have like $1 million in cap space, so it would be like an undrafted player. On 2nd and goal, intercepted in the end zone. Dishman looking for Sears. And Atlanta's probably not going to try to do too much here. We'll sim. Let's get to one more drive with the offense, and then we'll watch a little bit of the defense as well. Alrighty, we start this drive at the 25-yard line, and after this, I'll scramble the receivers a little bit. Even if, like, the same receivers are on the field, let's just change if they're the 1 or the 2. They'll run different routes that way. Get a look at Sears inside and outside. It's a play fake here for Dishman. He's protected and dumps it off to Raekwon St. Louis. I gotta say, this backup offensive line's actually playing well. It's 3rd down and 4. Dishman on target, but Kitchen couldn't make the catch. I think that one's on him. Dish magic. We've seen a little bit of it in the preseason. That's a 1st down run out to the 42-yard line. Yeah, we can get that safety out there too. I really wanted to get him a little bit of playing time. After this possession, I'll make some changes. Around the edge, there's some pressure. We love seeing that. Good tackle out in space. 91. I forget who 91 is. Trying to see if I can read the back of the uniform here. Couldn't from that angle. On 3rd down and 10, we send 4 and force the throwaway. Not bad there by the defense. We'll get it back. All right, let's see more of Paul Baxter at running back. We will make Arrington the 1, Werner the 2, no, Sears the 2. And then we'll switch up the slot receiver as well, and we'll make it Arrington just to mix things up. And 91 is Daryl Lehman. Geralt wears 90. Let's get the safety out there while we're at it. Adrian Payton, hidden dev, 7th round, didn't scout him. This is indeed preseason, yes. 1st game of the preseason right now. Out of the eye. We'll start things with a run straight ahead. Not much there. And that's Paul Baxter, number 46. If he makes the team, we'll get him a better number. Elliott Dishman to throw. Stephen Brown doing a good job, and this is complete to Danny Arrington. Dishman's numbers aren't too bad. Doing pretty good today, Andrew. How you doing? There's Sears in motion on 3rd and 1. Dishman. This one's through the hands of Watson. Gotta make that catch. How much cap would be saved from trading Allen Beverly? If we did it this year, about $11 million. But what are we going to do with that cap space in season is all. He's playing on a 5th-year option, so basically last year of his contract. Yeah, I had to decide last offseason, yesterday, if I was going to be willing to make cap space. but I didn't feel I had to make certain moves. Like, I think if you were set on keeping Devin Macklin, then you make one of those moves, but a replacement safety didn't seem like it was going to be easy to pull off. And then I just didn't want to lose Beverly. I want to keep the D-line for another year and run it back before we lose anybody significant. It's hard to say if Madden 22 is going to have better blocking. They haven't really showed a ton of gameplay. I haven't played the beta. So there are a lot of YouTubers who have beta impressions on YouTube you could search for and see what they have to say. But this has been a Madden cycle, a news cycle, really focused on features over gameplay. And as far as franchise goes, it's long overdue to get some new features. And I'm really excited to see some of the stuff that they're adding to the game. Nice play there by Dante Fry. Well, CMC's like 34 in this series now. It's probably the last year of his career. There we go. Layman's there again with the pressure. He's pretty good. You know, Andrew, I feel actually very positive about Minnesota right now. I still think that they have some issues to work out, but last year, I mean, they were basically one win away from going to the playoffs in a season where they were playing basically all rookie defensive backs or corners. They had a terrible offensive line, and they lost a lot of key defensive players to injury. So, I mean, you get Danielle Hunter back. Nice run there by Baxter. But Danielle Hunter's back. Anthony Barr back. Eric Kendricks missed time. You add Patrick Peterson. Even if he's not the same guy, he ain't a rookie. He knows what to do. Oh, here we go. There we go, Sears. I think when it comes to this Sears, he's in business. I'm not sure if that made sense. A Sears going out of business joke is what I was aiming for. Is Sears actually out of business? I forget. But I thought Minnesota handled the offseason really well. They got fortunate in the draft. They were able to draft 2 potential starters. They vastly upgraded the defense by adding Dalvin Tomlinson. They didn't have Michael Pierce last season, as well as Dishman. Missed the sink on that one. But I think Minnesota's in a pretty good situation right now. They have a fair amount of continuity, plus I think some key additions that can shore up those weaknesses and get them back to being a top 10 defense again. And the offense, I think, will be fine. Oh, that's close. Almost intercepted. I kind of like going to Sears. Where else could you actually... Well, I'm sure there are other stores you could pull this off, like Walmart, but you could go there. You could buy a lawnmower, a TV, a washing machine, and the latest PlayStation 4 game. You know? Like, they had everything at Sears. On 2nd and 10, that is going to be a minimal pickup. The thing is I'm not sure I've ever seen a Sears that wasn't attached to a mall. Was that a thing? Was Sears just like it only survived because of malls? Yeah, I'm sure at like Sam's Club or Costco, you could probably get all those things I mentioned. I don't think there's you can't buy a lawnmower at Kohl's. They don't have them on the floor anyway. That's caught. That's going to be a first down. I remember many years ago getting Dragon Age Origins, the first Dragon Age game. I got that at Sears. That's my main Sears memory. On first down, this one's floated. It is perhaps through the uprights. How do I think Dan Campbell is going to do in Detroit? I'm excited about the fit and if the players buy into kind of his philosophy. Like, this is a team that obviously doesn't have a lot going for it, but I think, like, everything they've done this season acknowledges the reality of where that team is at. Like, they're not very good. If they're going to rebuild, they have to do it the right way. And to build the right mentality to try to turn around a franchise that hasn't been good in my entire time as a football fan. So, I think, you know, building through the trenches, I loved. Dan Campbell, very, you know, old school motivator, blue collar mentality, and a good blocking coach. He was a tight ends coach. He, I think, has the personality that you look for in this situation and in Detroit. The thing I wonder, though, is if Dan Campbell, like, this could be a situation where Campbell is still like a bridge coach. Like, he gets them to the point where they're a tougher team and maybe they're more middle of the road, and then they find a different coach to get them over the hump. That wouldn't surprise me. Nice move there by Baxter. He's made a few impressive plays. Sammy D to the Panthers. You know, I'm not a huge Darnold, like, believer and fan in this working out, but it is, I think, the best spot for him to land. Gets to play with Matt Rule and Joe Brady. He's going to have a good play caller, a much better offense. Although I think, like, the offense the Jets have now, you know, would suit Darnold pretty well. But they screwed up for a couple years trying to not building very well around him, basically. Zach Wilson stepping into a much better situation than Darnold ever had in New York. But in Carolina, I think, like, he's out of that media market, a little less attention. Maybe that takes some of the pressure off. It's a fresh start for him. Good coaching staff, good playmakers in the offense. You got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, who he's played with before, Christian McCaffrey. At the same time, though, it's still a team very much in rebuild mode. So at the end of the day, that team is only going to go as far as Darnold and the offense takes them. The defense has a lot of potential there. They've done a good job in a short amount of time to rebuild it, but they're far from done. So I still see it being a situation where Darnold does have a lot of the weight on his shoulders. So while he's not in the same media market, I think as far as how important he is to the team and how much kind of just rests on his success, I still think it's about equal compared to his time with the Jets. Like, there's no hiding him with, like, a top 10 defense or anything. The Panthers may have an average defense this year if things work out for them. But we'll see about that. I would have to think that Trevor Lawrence is decent as a rookie. I'm excited to see what Urban Meyer's offense looks like going to the NFL. But I think they got the playmakers down there. I know their defense is still going to be a major work in progress. I'm not sure how successful the team is going to be. But, yeah, I'm expecting Darnold Lawrence to have a pretty good year and compete for Rookie of the Year. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Wilson puts up better numbers and looks better as a rookie. No, I think CMC's touches are going to go way down from any of his highs in the past. Like, your ability to have that amount of touches as a running back, you can only do it for so long. And once you have that first major injury, like he did a year ago, I think it was actually multiple injuries because he tried to come back and that didn't last that long. But once you have those injuries, you got to start adapting. And that's why I really like the, who's their RB2? They got Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard is really good in college a couple years ago. And I think they need to start going to more of the Alvin Kamara model with McCaffrey and give him 10 to 12 carries a game and really focus on his pass catching. Like, one of Kamara's biggest strengths, I think, has been the fact that he hasn't been overworked in his young career. He's dealt with a couple injuries. I know he's missed some time, but I think this is going to give him the most longevity, being a 20-touch-a-game guy, but having a lot less rushes than you'd typically see. How do I think Stafford will do in LA? I'm really excited to see Stafford there in a new environment. It's not just, I want to see what Stafford looks like outside of Detroit, but I also want to see what Sean McVay looks like with Stafford instead of Goff. Because I really think that this is like a major upgrade for both sides. And I saw some MVP odds, I think, yesterday, and Stafford's got to be like the 5th best MVP odds at quarterback. Like, the expectations should be pretty high, I'd say. Will Saquon Barkley have to go through a similar transition? I don't know. I think he's bigger and stronger than CMC. You worry a little bit less about durability when there's more size to work with. But in general, I think in today's NFL, when you have running backs that can catch the football, you probably should be a little more careful with some of those lower value carries. You know, like, maybe you find a guy that you can count on in the red zone, or your third and short running back, and you start to find another running back that can handle 8 to 10 carries a game or something. And really focus on giving those premier running backs the high value touches. Broken up, nice play. Exactly, Star Crusher. I think that, especially as we get to this place where so many of the top running backs are contributing more in the passing game and catching, 80 balls a year, you gotta keep them healthy because the receiving backs are harder to replace. It's a lot easier to bring in a running back that can go run for 4.5 yards a carry and get you 800 yards or something. You'll find that every year. But to be like a legitimate pass catcher, a guy that wins with route running, and you can't just leave one-on-one, and is a good safety valve and can block, like, that's where the value really is at running back. And it's mostly because of the difficulty to replace it. 2 minutes to go in the ball game here. That one is complete. Falcons trying to get back in this game. They're running out of time. That happens a lot. Like, running backs get that huge workload, and then injuries catch up, or they seem to age a little bit quicker. Happens all the time. Like, Todd Gurley's prime, for how short it's been, it's like, wow. We didn't even get like 5 years of Pete Gurley. Intercepted at the 20-yard line, man. Adrian Payton, there he is. You wanted to see the rookie 7th rounder? Hidden development. How about that play? Favorite running back to watch in the NFL? I love watching Dalvin Cook. Like, when you're watching Cook, he doesn't look like he's running as fast as he really is, and you don't understand how fast he is until everybody else is slow or looking slower than him and not able to catch him, and he's able to change direction, change speeds. I think he's a really fun player to watch, but there's a lot of great running backs in the NFL right now. I love watching him, CMC, Nick Chubb. When Saquon Barkley's healthy, obviously Saquon's must-see TV. Of course, Derrick Henry. Oh, I love Jonathan Taylor. Big Jonathan Taylor fan. Closed the season last year so well. I'm extremely biased when it comes to preferring watching Dalvin Cook. Yeah, DeMarco Murray was a pretty good example of that. I mean, high volume running backs, they just aren't going to give you the longevity. Injuries eventually catch up with them. All right, this game is done. Let's get through this one here. I miss Matt Forte. Yeah, Forte was excellent. I think he was one of those first running backs to really start changing the game and be just as good of a receiver as he was a runner. AP fell off, but he also played at a high level for like a decade, so and overcame a knee injury earlier in his career. Can't stay on top forever at running back. Only at quarterback can you do that. And maybe tackle. So Paul Sears, 6 for 88 here in this debut. I thought he looked really good. I don't think anybody else stood out as much. So that's where I'm at after 1 week. You got to give the edge to him. He's simply the best playmaker from this game. Oh yeah, kickers, I mean, you can play for 20 years in some cases. Yeah, long snappers. Unless you're a Viking or Bears kicker, yeah, then you might want to rent over buying a house in that case. Might not be there too long. Minnesota had it pretty good with Ryan Longwell for a while. I wasn't too stressed out watching kicks when Longwell was the kicker. O-line mentorship, Gordon Ramsay, here we go. Let's work on that run blocking a little bit. I could consider moving Childs back to safety. Have the trade offers for Tyson changed at all? 3 and a 6, 3 and a 4, a 2. Oh yeah, I used to love Chris Cluey. He was a good punter for a while. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, Childs here. Move him maybe to safety again. Be that extra depth. I know I haven't developed him much for safety. The reason I moved him to linebacker is because of speed concerns and not really having a major strength there. I'll add him to the trade block, though. See if anyone's interested. Alright, let's get to the next game, then. You know what? What we'll do... No, I'm going to sim game 3. I want to watch 1, 2, and 4. Let's go all Reds. Oh yeah, I'm not really trying to trade him actively. I just still had him on the trade block and wanted to see if the offers changed at all. At this point, we're pretty much sticking with who we have, and unless we're like 1-6 at the deadline, I don't intend on making any trades like that. Alright, so now in this game what we're going to do is get more of a look at these receivers with the starting offense, alright? So Paul Sears, I think he's earned another look. I'd also like to see Antonio Werner. Jones and Ingram can take some time off here. You know what? I just want to see a little bit of Paul Baxter. I'm just kind of curious after that last game of what he could do. So we could see a lot of different running backs here. We don't need to see Robert Penn as much. Got over 400 in here now watching. I appreciate you all being here. Little preseason action with the Texans franchise. DJ South is here. It's a party now. How's it going, man? Glad to see you here. Oh yeah, I'll make sure the slot receiver is not Ingram, so we can get more of a look at somebody else. We'll let Sears handle that. Take a look at him there. Although, you know what? Let's not. Let's try Arrington there. Reason being is because if Sears becomes the third receiver, it's not like he's actually going to play in the slot. That's where Ingram is. So I want these reps to all be outside reps. Oreo cheesecake. That is one of my favorite cheesecakes. That is delicious. On first down, they're going to run the football, and we'll make the stop at the 27. I love Oreo cheesecake, and then I think my favorite would have to be turtle cheesecake, like caramel and pecans. Just a good combo. Caught underneath, enough for a first down. Arrington reminds me of Tim Patrick. Big body, go up and get it receiver. I like Tim Patrick. One of my favorite wide receiver fours in the NFL. Maybe my favorite. I'm not sure my wide receiver 4 power rankings, but let's just call Tim Patrick my number 1. Nice play right in front of the corner. Jadarius Oliver getting some snaps. You are late, but you're not too late. It's only game 2. Running left now and continuing to chip away at this defense. Really good start. Basically, the only thing you've missed to this point is Paul Sears take the early lead in this receiver 3 battle. He had 8 catches, I think, in the first preseason game. Did a pretty good job. There's Ferris. Spun around on the Ferris wheel right there. Let's go. Jalen Guyton. Ooh. Jalen Guyton's interesting. They got some interesting receiver depth on the Chargers. Once again, I remember when it was Tyrell the Gazelle Williams, and now it's Jalen Guyton and Teron Johnson. That's a fadeaway jumper to the back corner, and no penalties. Oh yeah, 7th round, hidden dev safety, got an interception. Oh, I didn't know Tatum wasn't at linebacker. It's preseason, so the depth chart might be a little messed up. We usually have great depth on the IR. Unfortunately. We got to look at what's going on down there. Why do the Chargers always have the worst injury situation? Uh-oh. I'm telling you, though, the Chargers and the Vikings, the parallels between those teams are unbelievable. That's a nice play for Arrington. I mean, they're perennial underachievers. They are always bad in the kicking game. But they're really good at getting people to believe in them and then coming up short, and they've both never won a Super Bowl. The Chargers and the Vikings are the equivalent of one another, just in their own conferences. But the Chargers are getting me to buy in once more with the revamped offensive line. Like, really revamped offensive line. Rashawn Slater, Corey Linsley, Matt Filer. I mean, come on. What an offseason for them. Even if Herbert regresses a little bit, like, you still got the playmakers, and now you got the line. You got Austin Eckler, who has, like, the most valuable running back contract in the entire league. He makes, like, $6 million a year. He should make at least $9 million. I will always buy into the Chargers. They do well in the offseason. Oh, man. Trying to go to blue on the outside. Now, DJ South, you talk about bad injury luck. What frustrates you more as a Mets fan? The injuries or the lack of offense when Jake DeGrom pitches? The amount of wins he should have that he doesn't is just one of the most baffling stats to me. Like, you score 3 runs, and that might be enough. And they can't always score 3 with him. Yeah, the Chargers always look good on paper. I think they're always a good Madden team. DeGrom run support because you can control that. And, I mean, any game you don't score like 3 or 4 runs, you're like, that's a major disappointment. Like 3 or 4 you should score every day, pretty much. And the fact that DeGrom struggles to get wins. But the Mets are, they're starting to come around a little bit, I feel. They're finally getting some more offense from Lindor. Still a frustrating team, don't get me wrong. But, I don't know, the NL East and the NL Central, not the strongest divisions this year. So, I think, you know, the Mets are doing fine in the East. And then, in the Central Division, I'm really shocked at how the Brewers have been able to just kind of deal with their weaknesses and cruise by. There's some pressure. This one's going to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Yeah, Lindor hasn't been great to this point, but it's getting better. Yeah, Mets in first place. The Brewers in first place. The Brewers are 47-33. That's how good their pitching is. Got San Francisco in first place in the West. That division is nasty. I love what the Jets have done. I was watching just today, actually. I was watching the breakdown that franchise guy did on the Jets, his deep dive. And it got me to really think more about the Jets and how interesting their offseason has been. Offensive line, much better. Receiving core, very deep. Like, they added in, obviously, Corey Davis and didn't have to, like, break the bank to do it. You still got Jamison Crowder and Denzel Mims. Now you bring in the rookie Elijah Moore, who's probably going to take over for Crowder. probably by the trade deadline, I'd imagine. He's a pretty good prospect coming out of Ole Miss. And Keelan Cole is like their 5. And then on defense, I mean, they got a pretty good front 7. Secondary's going to be kind of an issue, but the Jets have some interesting things going for them, honestly. What's frustrating was the last game I went to, we essentially got 1 hit. Then the next game we get 7 runs on 13. You wish you could balance it out a little bit. If you could trade the 7s, those breakout games, and some of the weak games with under 2, just to trade that for some 4s and 5s, feel a little bit better. I haven't seen the Broncos deep dive yet. I'm watching them in reverse order, or like the order of release. And I just finished the Jets, so next up I have the Bengals one. So I'm a couple episodes behind. A little I formation fake and a shot down the middle. That's broken up for Werner. Incomplete. Here's a play fake on second down. Roseman fires to the left side. Here, it's through the hands of Arrington. Yeah, franchise guy does know his stuff. He puts in the work. And if you're just looking for some football content right now, that franchise guy on YouTube, he's doing a 1-hour video basically on every team in the NFL. Every few days he puts one out. Deep dive into everything about them. Coaching changes, new players, interceptions at the goal line. Everything is broken down. It's an awesome summer resource for getting ready for the new year. And if you're just looking for something to listen to while you work out or you play a game or something, it's very podcasty. You don't actually have to watch what's on screen. So they do give that drop to Arrington. Let's get to our next drive and see if we can get away from our own end zone here. Which one is more fun to watch, Percy Harvin or Cordero Patterson? Percy. Easily Percy Harvin. I mean, sometimes you talk about those hypothetical what-if scenarios when it comes to, like, what if this player had stayed healthy for his whole career? I think if he had stayed healthy, Percy Harvin would be in the Hall of Fame conversation. I really do. I think Percy fits the modern NFL of today better than the NFL he joined in 2009. He was such a unique playmaker. The speed, the elusiveness, all that stuff speaks for itself. But the strength that he ran with. He's one of the toughest, smaller players I think I've ever seen play the game of football. I think that he could have been a Hall of Famer if he had stayed healthy. Percy Harvin was Tyreek before he was there. I think that he's one of the closer comps, I'd say, to Tyreek Hill. And if Hill had joined the NFL in 2009, I'm not sure if he would have been totally used correctly. But no, I do think Percy Harvin could have been a Hall of Famer. He's easily one of the 5 most electric players I think I've ever seen. Would you rather have a ring for 98 or 08? It was actually 09. I didn't actually watch football in 98, so I'd rather the one that I actually would have watched, 09. Although I think looking back, the 98 Vikings were better. Both teams were led by their offenses, but the 98 Vikings were historic. One more tank year for the Giants. I hope they start winning. Yeah, it's going to be all about Daniel Jones in year 3. And I'm not a big Daniel Jones guy. I think he's really got to clean up the ball security to have a shot. But I think the Giants are going to be in the quarterback hunt here again pretty soon. What is my favorite Madden game? So, the Maddens that I always say I enjoy the most, I like Madden 12 a lot. That's where I really got my start with franchise content, and I had so much fun playing that game. I also really like 20. That's why I've played so much of it. The slider set obviously helps. I really like the sliders on there. And then going back to the classics, probably 05. I liked that game a lot. I had fun playing like 2001 through 2005 for franchise mode when I was a lot younger. And then another one of my favorite classic football games would be NFL 2K2. I know I've told this story before. It's not really much of a story, but I was playing a franchise on there with the Vikings, having a lot of fun, and I think I got like 8 seasons in on that game, and I must have shut off my PlayStation while it was saving one day, and I corrupted my save. And I don't really recall playing NFL 2K after that. It kind of just wrecked it for me. I'd love to know if I still like that game, but I've played 2K5. I played it last year on the channel, and still think there are a lot of good elements about that game, and the same for 2K8. Ooh, it's incomplete again. Come on, Kitchen. So Roseman's kind of struggling here with the backup caliber receivers on the field. They're blitzing now. Over the middle here. Nice play. It's caught by Kitchen this time. Which gameplay was worse to you? 19 or 21? 19. 19 just had too many issues. Off the fake a laser. Right on target for Werner. Prime LaDainian Tomlinson or Adrian Peterson in today's NFL? Definitely LaDainian Tomlinson. One of the best pass-catching running backs. Like, not being able to pass-catch well in today's NFL is such a negative. You can still be a good running back without catching a lot of passes, but if you can catch, you're offering a lot more value to your team. Running straight ahead, Baxter taken down. Baxter cuts to the right, doesn't get a whole lot. No, I don't follow EuroLeague soccer, although I'm not against getting into it. I know, like, I've seen over the past handful of days, like, people getting excited about various matches with crazy finishes and stuff like that, but I've never really been into the sport, but I'm not, like, against giving it more of a chance. I know a couple World Cups ago, like, I was following it a bit and tried FIFA one year. I'll talk to Matt 10. He's one of my friends that actually follows soccer or football. I love watching you and C4 for franchise videos. Thank you for that. Yeah, C4 does good stuff. A little play action here for Patterson, and then he's like, nope. Do you ever think what a player like Devin Hester could have been possibly using that speed at a different position, or maybe even quarterback? Well, he was drafted as a defensive back, and they made the move to receiver, I think, just to try to get the most, thinking like, well, it's better if he's catching passes on offense over just being a fast coverage player. And the receiver conversion had moderate success. I don't really think about that as much because of how technique-based so many positions are. I don't really think about like, wow, that guy's so fast. At this position, he'd be this good. I've seen so many players that run a 4-3 or a 4-4 not be that great just because it's such a technical game. Especially like defensive back. I think it's easy to get carried away there with athleticism when it's a position that's very much played with your knowledge and understanding what the offense is trying to do and everything. All right, it's still just 3-3. There's not much action going on in this one. Patrick, I'd say that Paul Sears has looked the best so far in preseason. With the starters, though, it does seem like those receivers are having an issue separating against starting caliber corners. So we haven't gotten much to take away from this specific game. With the backups, it might be a bit easier to evaluate. Hopefully we get one more drive, though, with the starters. With MLB not checking pitchers for the All-Star game, should they all just use the sticky stuff for fun? They could probably get away with it. And, you know, it's kind of like a big conference. You got all these teams coming together. Maybe they can exchange their favorite grip material. It is nice, though, not seeing like a no-hitter every 4 days and a bit more offense. Yeah, I've thought about Blue as a slot receiver, and he's kind of the backup for that role. I've always wanted to get him a bit more catches. If it's so technical, why is the league so quick to move big quarterbacks coming out of college to tight end? Those are just athletic upside projects. They don't usually work out. I think teams are looking for more athletic tight ends, and the Blake Bells of the world are intriguing there if you don't believe in their potential as a quarterback. But tight end's such a tough position to transition, let alone like learn fresh. Blocking is so critical. If you can't block, you're a liability on the field. And tight ends just got one of the toughest learning curves to being productive in the NFL. Like rookies, you almost expect nothing of them because it's historically just been that way. Yeah, I saw Marquez had one going last night against the Pirates for a while. I like him a lot. He's a really good pitcher. Gonna catch the Ohtani show when he comes to Texas next month. I don't live near the stadium. I'd love to see Ohtani in person. But I try to catch his at-bats when I can. And if I miss them, I always try to watch his home runs back. It's been tough keeping up lately. He's hitting so many of them. He just hit 2 more yesterday. And at the same time, Kyle Schwarber seems to be hitting a home run every other day now. Or every day. Yeah, Ohtani is just... I mean, there was a lot of hype about him being this pitcher and a hitter. Can he do it at a high level in the big leagues? Whoa, what a catch by Sears! I don't think it'll count. But the fact that he's been this good at both simultaneously is just... I've never seen anything like it, obviously. Can't wait to watch him at the Home Run Derby. That is still something you can scout, though, that last catch. Like, the ratings and everything said that he caught that ball. He just didn't get his feet down in bounds. Well, I think the better the tight end, Avery, the better the tight end at blocking, I think the easier it is to project them to the NFL. I think it's extremely difficult to project the vertical threat athletic tight ends. That doesn't have the highest success rate. Finding the blocker that's good enough to leave on the field and get experience at the position. You don't got to be an elite blocker, but you can't be a liability out there. It's one of those positions that I think just takes a lot of reps. I did not mess with the kicking sliders yet. I didn't move accuracy to 50. But yeah, we have a new kicker. I'm not paying the closest attention to the gameplay, so I kind of missed the field goal. I wonder if I can grab the replay of it. I can't yet. I have to watch one play. For every Travis Kelce, there's 5 Jace Amaros. Maybe 15 Jace Amaros. I'm not sure if they would have saved that field goal, but they did. Ryan Ford, 44 yards. I want to see how much it was good by. Oh, yeah, that one, that's still pretty high in the air. I think that's going to be good from, I don't know, low 50s? Not bad. All right, let's get these other backups on the field. More Dishman, more Paul Baxter. Stephen Brown, Elam, Easley, Michael Owenu, and of course Northrup, Duvall, Lehman. I want to see, actually, I want to see a little bit of Michael Arnett. And then I want Keegan Geralt at left end. Childs, Jaden O'Neal, Thad Kaplan. Let's get a little more of Montrell Russell. And more Adrian Payton while we're at it. All right, Sears in the slot. Geralt, Lehman, no, Arnett. All right, that takes forever, but we're here. Is getting a PS5 worth the money? I think it really comes down to the exclusives that you want to play. I mean, I've always been a fan of a lot of the PlayStation IPs. You know, I got Ratchet and Clank right here. I can't play this on anything else. They've done a great job with their single-player exclusives, so I obviously wanted to get a PS5 for that and to have next-gen gameplay. The show's on both platforms now, so that's no longer an exclusive. Dishman's throwing one deep. It's a jump ball, and it's intercepted. Intended for Sears. Yeah, I guess what I would say is, what's out there right now on the console that you'd want to play, like, immediately? What do you want to play today? Let's say you didn't have a PS4. If you get a PS5 right away, and you have PS Plus, you would get the PS Plus Collection, which has, like, 20 games from PS4 available right there. You could play God of War, you could play... I forget all the games that are on there, but like Days Gone, Persona 5, a lot of the big PS4 exclusives from the past few years. That one's sailing down the sideline, and it's overthrown. Here's 3rd down and 19. We got some rush and the overthrow. Yeah, I want to see Najee Harris do well as well. He seems like an awesome dude on and off the field. I'm just worried about that offense in 2021. Do I put the XP sliders up during preseason? I don't change them in preseason. I just have them set to be high enough for my liking, basically. We run the ball here with Daniel Blue, and that's not bad. 11 yards on 1st down. Here's Dishman. He's going to throw it underneath, and that's contested for Watson. You know, I don't know what's behind the David DeCastro release. That's a bit of a surprise. I really don't know. I think that if he's healthy and still wants to play, every team would want him. I don't really understand why they made that move. The offensive line was already in some pretty rough shape. You miss it? What was the distance on that? A 53. Ryan Ford just missed from 53. Yeah, missed it by a good yard or so. He had the distance, though. He can hit from 54, 55. How's the weather down in Texas, by the way, Kane? It's about 100 plus here in New York. Yeah, the whole country seems to be having a heat wave. I know, like, Seattle's had some triple digits. It seems pretty regular as far as Texas goes here. I mean, today for me, I got, like, 90, which, you know, in June, that's what I expect, 90 to 100. But it's been like cloudier and rainier than like last year, so that's kept the temperatures down for a while. Was 108 in KC already this year? Wow. 108. Last year was my first full summer in Texas, and I never even experienced 108. 106 was the most. Hey Kane, first stream I am able to watch. Been a fan for a long time. Keep up the great work. Also, can you give a shout out to my semi-pro football team, the Tri-State Tridents? We're a first-year team. Well, good luck to you in your semi-pro football league. Thank you, Skyhawk, for the super chat. I appreciate that. The Tri-State Tridents. I mean, I love the whole play on words there, the Tri-State Tridents. '97 in Philly. Right down the middle to the 7. Yeah, it's a hot summer, all right. I haven't really kept track of the all-time all-pro team. I think at this point, too, it'd be so difficult to even remember all the players that would be, like, up for those spots. I've done so many series now. Wow. Between a ton of defenders. Come on. We just got mossed. How do the new rookies look? Well, Adrian Payton, the rookie safety, he picked up an interception. A nice one, too. And then Paul Sears, the rookie receiver, I'd say he's been the most impressive depth receiver on the team. I appreciate it, Patrick. Yep, this will be available as a VOD later on if you want it on in the background or whatever. I'm here for you. Who y'all taking in the playoffs? I imagine you're talking NBA. I haven't watched a lot of the NBA playoffs. I'm usually watching baseball at night. Seems like there's been a lot of great games. I did watch the Game 7 with the Nets and the Bucks, and that was really fun. I don't really know these teams all that well, but I guess I was shocked to see Atlanta dominate the last game. Not that I watched the game, but I saw the score. And now that series is tied up. So we got Game 6, it looks like, Phoenix and the Clippers tonight. I might have to watch some of that, actually. Oh, the college football playoffs. Well, I'm sure we got some basketball fans in here, too. No Kawhi, no Giannis. So I know Giannis left that last game. Is he not playing tomorrow then? And even if he plays in game 6 or 7, is he even 100%? Dishman fires one back to the right side, and Sears could not hold on. Y'all talking about hot temperatures while it's winter time in the southern hemisphere. Lucas, what are you dealing with temperature-wise? You can give it to us in Celsius. I'll convert it. To the outside. This is Sears, and he brings it down. Well, you could be looking at wide receiver 3. Well, that was kind of a Devin Macklin play. (8 degrees Celsius in Buenos Aires, Argentina. 8 Celsius. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold. That's 46. I don't like 46 Fahrenheit. On the slant, how about a catch for Werner? I think he held on. He did. 86 in St. Paul right now. That sounds typical for Minnesota summer. 86 and humid. I do miss Minnesota a little bit. A lot, actually. A jump ball tipped. Oh, no, don't tip it up in the air. That's a bad idea. Ooh, Dishman. Come on. Key West, Florida was over 80% humidity over the weekend. Isn't that pretty normal, though? Isn't that just the expectation? Oh, climate's very similar to Houston's. Yeah, it's very humid in Houston. Cheese curds, good in Texas. I've had some good ones in Texas, honestly. When we came down to Texas to see it for the first time, went to a restaurant that had Wisconsin cheese curds on the menu, and I got some, and they were good. They were legit. I've been to New York in the summer before. It can get pretty hot. Like, one of the hottest days I've experienced was in New York, summer of 2012. I also think New York's super fun, though. Standouts, Matt? There aren't a lot, but Paul Sears, the rookie receiver, has easily been the most impressive. The rookie lineman, Stephen Brown's done a really good job. He's been outstanding at left tackle. We got an interception for that rookie safety I took in the 7th round. He picked off a pass in the first preseason game. Dante Fry's made some nice plays in coverage. We've had Daryl Lehman do well in pass rushing. Those are the main standouts to me. So humid in middle Florida, you can literally taste it. Yeah, I was in Florida last, like August of 2015. And I'll never forget The hotel I stayed at, like the entire front of it was all glass, and it was so hot, it was so humid, I couldn't see through the glass. I'm like, this is different than what I'm used to, isn't it? This isn't Minnesota humidity. It's a little bit, it's on a different level. Now it's super hot where I live in Texas, but I don't have what I don't feel to be serious humidity. Nothing I can't handle. Raekwon St. Louis is playing a little bit of fullback and a little bit of tight end. He's actually ran in a touchdown today on a fullback dive. I hope you win a Super Bowl, Kane. I do too. I sure hope we can find a way to do it. Put so much work into this team. Would hate to end the series with no ring. Can't have that happen. It's a big season upcoming too. I mean, as far as just the cap structure of everything and the age of our core, like, this is it. This is win now mode. Win today mode. Nice catch by Watson. Here's 1st and 10 for Dishman. Down the sideline, and it's overthrown. Dishman has not looked as good as he once did. I do think he's been kind of disappointing. To the outside here, and caught at the 42, and Michael Owenu is shaken up. He's playing here with the second team. Hopefully that isn't serious, or Gordon Ramsay's going to have to take some snaps there. Madden comes out mid-August. Nice catch on the outside by Werner. I'd have Werner as the second most impressive depth receiver today. Maybe you should have had a battle for QB2. Maybe. Dishman complete, and breaking a tackle is Arrington. Gave up some ground in the process. Hi from Jamaica. Well, hello, Lego Batman. How you doing? Happy to have you here as Dishman is sacked at the 50. Hey, Kane, could you give Hillhouse the elbow brace? I think it would give him a cool, scary presence. The elbow brace. Maybe. Sometimes the elbow brace gives more of like a hardcore feel to a player. I appreciate the super chat, Alec. Thank you very much. That's open, and he lost it. Oh, Sears. So close. Now we're going forward on 4th and 12. To the outside we go. Leaping. Caught. First down, Werner. That's how it's done. Wide receiver 4. I wish it was already snowing. I've had a couple lifetimes worth of snow in just the month of April alone. A quick slant now, hitting Arrington inside the 20. Here is Paul Baxter. He will not get much on the carry. He's made a couple good plays too. He looks like he can do a little bit beyond what's blocked for him. Maybe a little bit of creation in his skill set, so that's why he's getting snaps. Uh-oh. No way you intercepted that! That's the play of the day right there. Russ Watson, DK Metcalf, chase down. Let's go. Oh, man, what a play. You know what that calls for, right? You know what that calls for. That was wild. This is not what's supposed to happen. He throws it forward. It hits a helmet, bounces back. See, like, he's being blocked right now by Gordon Ramsay, right? It hits him in the helmet. And talk about a heads-up play. He's hitting the head, and then he's able to swim over the top. Diving interception. That's one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen in my life. And then you got Russ Watson making sure the highlight doesn't score points at the very least. That's one way to do it right there. Every now and then, Madden wows you with the play. Consider me wowed. Nice. Yeah, a lateral there would have been the icing on the cake. NFL Sunday Ticket is how I watch the Vikings in Texas. Let's go, Arrington. Timeout. No? Okay. 33 seconds on the clock. Dishman. He'll be feeling that one tomorrow. I moved to Minnesota 4 years ago, and I love the snow here, but everyone seems to be so sad when it comes. That's because you've had it for 4 years, and they've had it for like 20, 30, 40. Give it time. Nice catch, Werner. I don't know. Some people just like the cold. They like the snow. They don't mind dressing for it. They don't mind scraping the ice off your windshield. Like, some people like the cold. I just happen to like the heat. Always have. This one has a shot, and it's caught in the end zone! Touchdown, Arrington, making this receiver battle a whole lot more interesting. I'd say Austin Kitchen's falling behind. He's the oldest and the one making the least plays. That... Someone get the measuring tape under him there. What is that vertical leap? That was impressive. Oh yeah, you can't beat SoCal weather. I mean, San Diego's climate is as perfect as the planet even has. I also think I would enjoy like the Hawaii climate. It's just a bit more heat. Is Kitchen getting cut? I'm not sure we're there, but is he getting snaps? He's not earning them, that's for sure. That's game. It's about 12 years, and then you're fed up with snow. Once I couldn't benefit from the snow. Once my days of getting snow days were done, then it was like, alright, this has just officially gotten to be annoying. You know, it does keep the bugs from getting too out of control. I will give you that. Although in the summer, the mosquitoes are probably more annoying than anything I've ever dealt with. Pest-wise. So Werner had a really good game. Very impressed with Arrington's performance as well in this one. This got pretty tight today in this game. Too many INTs. I forget what his jumping is, but I mean, I don't know. You tell me how high he jumps in the air on this. If I ever make it to a Super Bowl, would you live stream it? Depends. I'd consider it probably. Like, this is the apex of his jump. Does anyone know how tall the pylons are? Can we get dimensions on the pylons? How many pylons could we fit under here? How many pylons worth is he in the air? This is like a pylon and a half? I don't know, because the perspective is a little bit off. I don't know. He's up there, though. Gordon Ramsay getting those boosts. A pylon is 18 inches tall. See, that sounds like it might be true, but I don't even know. I could see it being anywhere from a foot to a foot and a half. I have a rookie defensive tackle in my current franchise that has made the interception off the helmet play twice. He returned both for touchdowns. That's pretty tough to not get caught from behind in this game. Oh yeah, Paul Sears. What do you think? I've never seen the however you can help option. Man. What do we do here for Paul Sears? However you can help. I'm interested in that one because I've never seen it. I don't think I've had a receiver mentorship before. I didn't guess. I looked it up. Okay, 18 inches and had to be at least 35 in the air. Was he 2 pylons in the air? Catching traffic, catching traffic. Getting open. However you can help gives experience. Let's try it. Anything you can offer him would be extremely helpful. 1200 experience. Okay. So it's XP over a skill. I kind of like that. That I just put it where I want it to go. Although, is 1200 experience as valuable as, like, a +3 boost somewhere? He needs 8400 to level up. But there might be a secondary part of this, because usually mentorship comes in the form of, hey, this player is impressive, and then here's how he played in the recent game, so you get like double boost. But I think points would have been better than 1200 experience. I had to click that. I've never seen it before. When I've played a game for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours and I see something I haven't seen before, I have to jump right in. Adrian Payton. AP. Not bad. Probably should have done route running. All right, let's go to the next one. We're going to Sim Week 3. It's more of a starter-focused week. Let's check the stats there. No picks this time, a little bit better. decent for Penn. Ingram doing what he usually does. Not a ton of receiving production at all. We're sending cornerback blitzes in the preseason. That's a little much, don't you think? We got one more game to go through here. It's been a fun stream, a bit more action than our last one, of course. Let's go power here for Rashad Walker. Cordell Hillhouse. Let's work on the speed. Never too late to add some new stuff to your game. I think we're only going with 2 quarterbacks this year. Unless Floyd Sheffield is actually available. Then I'll sign him. There he is. Do I have the money? Barely. We'll see if 3 quarterbacks fit on the roster, though. One more game. Started streaming, I think, a couple hours ago. Let's go Color Rush alternates this time. Switch it up. I've been live for 1 hour 47. Been a fun stream, just chilling, watching preseason action here. Didn't want to wait too long to get to year 10 in the series. Just going to pretty much sim the starter reps. The team hasn't changed a lot. We know them by now. I'm not against watching one drive if we get like enough time for a full second drive here. Got a touchdown. I'm going to watch a little bit just so I can have like Sears play with the starters and see how he plays. Here's what we'll do. Ingram, Sears, Werner. Okay? Just for this drive. What do I rate Raising Cane's? I think they're a solid 8.5, honestly. I like Cane's. It was first meal I had after moving here. Very first meal I had living in Texas was at Cane's. Roseman fires downfield to nobody in particular. It's incomplete. This is 3rd down and 8. There's pressure to deal with, and that is not quite out of reach, and I don't know if I agree with the penalty, but I ain't mad. First and 10 at the 33-yard line. The ball's out quick, and there's some running room. There goes Paul Sears. Inside the 30. He will go all the way. It's over. Let's go home. It's over. Done deal. Paul Sears, the rookie, is breaking out. He's ready. He just took a slant to the house like we haven't seen really anybody do in this series. He is moving. Somebody stop the match. It's over. First round knockout. That was seriously impressive. There he is. "67-yard touchdown." Seriously, yes. I want to know 41's speed, though, because he didn't take the best angle. Sears has 92 speed, so 41 would be like their free safety. I just want to know for comparison's sake. He still outran him significantly. 87, okay. That right there is why I like having fast safeties, by the way. You never want that to happen to you. But sometimes it does. All right. What do we say Floyd Sheffield gets a couple reps? We'll have... let's give Daniel Blue all he can handle. We want to see if he's taking a leap or not. I don't know. Do we play Paul Sears? This is where the starters take a break. I mean, I think Paul Sears just became like a starting caliber player. Maybe we see him a little bit less now. I think we've seen what we need to see. Gotta save something for the real games. By the way, I might even have Northrup make the team. He has not been a problem at right tackle. One last little edit here. I want to see a lot of Daniel Blue. And then as a slot here, give Werner the snaps. Gerald Lehman. That setup's okay. I wouldn't mind seeing Thad Kaplan just get a shot there, but can't see everything play out, unfortunately. Fun preseason. Alrighty, we are on offense again. Floyd Sheffield, welcome back. Leaving the pocket. He will keep this one, getting the first down yardage. Kitchen is the motion man on first down, and here's Floyd Sheffield on the outside. What's going on? It said it was intended for Russ Watson here, but it hits Kitchen. 2, 3, 4, and then it lands in front of him. Come on, man. Kitchen, what's happening? I think Kitchen's game needs to be remodeled, if you know what I mean. On second down and 10, Sheffield feels that pressure coming, and it's going to be a loss of 2. Come on, let's see something downfield. Sheffield, oh no, nearly intercepted. All right, so if you've missed the receiver battle, if you rewind, I think you can rewind. Go to our earlier in this quarter where it was 7-0 and we had the ball. Watch like the next play and then come back, because that guy is the most impressive. And then Antonio Werner's done a good job. Austin Kitchen, not so much. But you got to watch that play. We got a short field here after a Jadarius Oliver interception. This is Sheffield on first down. It's caught. Arrington to the 5. By the way, as the stream is kind of wrapping up here, this is our last game of the day. But on my main channel, I hope all of you know I have a main channel, right? YouTube.com/MrHurricane. Most of you are aware. Got a new Rockies episode up. I really enjoyed putting together this morning. It went up a couple hours ago. Touchdown, Daniel Blue. Yes, Mike went back. He found the play. He's back. Yeah, that wasn't his only highlight play. There's more in the preseason. He's looked really good. Easily the most impressive third receiver on the team right now. Want to see more offense. Can't get enough of it. Oh, that's fair if you want to rank Arrington higher. I mean, you have to rank it alongside some projection for where they could go as players, and Arrington's size gives him a distinct advantage. I won't do the final cuts live, no. Once I'm done with the game here, I'm going to head out, and I'll do the final cuts for the next episode. Heading over to Rock's Franchise after the stream. Love it. And I'm streaming on Saturday. Russ Watson hauls it in and does the little the spin thing, the ball spin. Rockies off season. I'm planning on Saturday. Haven't done MLB off season in a while, and we should have some money to spend. But I don't expect any surprises with the final cuts. I don't typically have too many surprises there. Sheffield's in trouble and thrown down. Is that actually a fumble? It will be. We will watch a little bit of the defense. I want to get to the second half now. Not the worst 2-minute drill, though. One time I converted the receiver to running back, but ended up placing him as starting third down back and slot roll. Interesting. So in a 3-wide set, which takes priority? Does he line up at slot receiver or running back? How exactly does that work? Because those situations are kind of all going to be kind of together. Ball isn't coming out. I'm not sure I could stream for 24 hours. No, I haven't thought about moving to Twitch. I don't stream like super regularly, and plus I already have, you know, subscribers on YouTube, and YouTube streaming's gotten so much better over the years. Like, I'm not sure if you remember how YouTube streaming was even like 6 years ago or so, but like the chat was not even like this kind of a chat. They were like using a comment section type system. It was not great. It's gotten much better. Michael, glad you can make it. It's been a fun stream. Unfortunately, we're more in the last stage here, but there's been a lot of action today. Certainly better than last offseason, as Daniel Blue is taken down after a gain of 3. There goes Sheffield. I was asked earlier about the Patriots' 2 tight end offense, and I've been excited to see this on display the entire offseason. Just the Patriots moving in a completely different direction compared to the rest of the league as far as the style of offense they're going for. You're going to see more 2 tight end than really ever. They're still going to be a power running team. It's going to be a team that I think fits Cam Newton very well. The offense overall has a lot more firepower. I am really high on the Patriots offense this year. Love Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. I think it's going to be a really good offense. Rashad, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Yeah, chat was always late in those old YouTube streaming days. They had to catch up. Oh, I think Cam starts all year, honestly. Unless for some reason he's hurt. I don't see Newton being benched for poor performance. I really think he can put together a strong year. Not 2015 Cam, not 2017 Cam. But I don't think he'll be benched. Just finished rewatching Madden 12 Vikings franchise. Going old school, huh? The classic. For fantasy, would you rather have any second-year running back or Austin Eckler? I think I'd be taking Eckler, honestly. Behind a much better offensive line, guaranteed to get all the receiving work. And just being part of a legitimately good offense. Like, as much as I like Jonathan Taylor, there's certainly more questions on that Indianapolis offense. And an offense being good in general, just being on a good offense, will benefit everybody for fantasy purposes. And I'm a little bit concerned about the Colts offense with the unknowns about how Wentz will even play this year. And plus the Chargers, I mean, their playmaking, I think, is way better than where Indianapolis is at. So if you tell me a running back who has a proven track record of being an elite receiving back and is on an offense that I think is going to be really good, then I'm taking him. Nice play, Watson. Yeah, I'm looking to play Madden 22 next gen. Definitely. A lot to look forward to. I'm not saying it'll be a bad offense in Indy, but you're trying to look for the best situations. And I think Indy is just like, if Wentz has a good year, I still think they're an average offense. That's caught by Watson once again. We'll take it inside the 25. I mean, if he can't come close to that MVP form or bring back that better play, playing with Frank Reich behind a good offensive line in Indianapolis, then he was just kind of a 1 or 2 year wonder, you know? Sam Ehlinger is quarterback 1 for the Colts. Sure. Whatever you say, touchdown, Kitchen. Sheffield, though, that's an impressive play. That's a very nice throw. I'd take a shot on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Definitely. I mean, you talk about just wanting to have a player on a good offense. Well, it's Kansas City. It speaks for itself. Definitely. The issue is just also, you know, what does it cost you in fantasy to get any of these players? Last year, for instance, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was a first-round pick in most formats, meaning he was basically drafted at his ceiling. That's not a good situation to be drafting a rookie. There's already a level of unknown when it comes to how rookies will perform in the NFL, and if you're taking a rookie in the first round, you need them to basically have a dominant Rookie of the Year caliber season to pay off that pick. $28-7. DeAndre Swift or Jonathan Taylor? Easily Taylor for me. Again, it's about having a running back and a good offense. I'm not convinced that the Lions offense is going to be good. I want my running backs in fantasy to be having a lot of red zone opportunities. I want the team to be getting into the red zone, you know, a lot. And as much as I think highly of both running backs, I like Taylor more. I've always liked Taylor more than Swift. But as far as the offensive situation, I still think that Taylor's in a much better one. Here's Sheffield on second down. Knocked away from Arrington. Third and 12. Sheffield. He wants to leave. He gets sacked by Brinkley. That's 5 sacks for Chicago. Not ideal. Recap so far. It's been a fun preseason. We've had this receiver battle. Paul Sears looked like he was the best early on, and he was the best the entire way through this entire competition. I've really liked what I've seen from Paul Sears today. He had an excellent 67-yard touchdown earlier. If you care to rewind into the second quarter or first quarter when we were up 7-0, the play's there. We've also gotten some good play from some players on defense. I've liked Daryl Lehman's play. Dante Fry at corner. There's Lehman getting pressure right there, or he's a step away. At the same time, Antonio Werner's made some plays. Danny Arrington has made some plays. A sack for Michael Arnett. Let's talk about him too. Kane, how was your day today? It's going really well, Rashid. How's your day going? Day's going by super quickly here. I've worked on a Rockies video. And then I ate lunch. And then I did this stream. It's been my whole day since like 6 a.m. Oh, I played a little Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch. This is the Ring Con. Fourth and 18. Where's he going with it? Deep down the right sideline. It is off the hands of a defensive back and incomplete. Chilling in 100-degree weather. Ooh, Adrian Payton's the one who almost picked that off. He's made some plays. Perkins is still on our team, but chilling in 100-degree weather. It's a bit hot. Gotta find a way to stay cool. Off the mark. Got my PS5 from Best Buy. Got super lucky. This is the final game of the preseason. Just about wrapped up. Uh-oh, that's a roughing call, as Daniel Blue will flash some good speed on that play. I don't think Blue's looked too bad. I think him and Baxter have been a little intriguing. Blue to the edge. Again, pretty good speed there. He gets 7 yards. You like Carr over Hillhouse, huh? Hillhouse, I think, is a bit streakier. I think Carr has been more consistent. Sheffield scrambles. He's got open space and a touchdown. Well, Wenu's shaken up again, though. That's the second time so far in the preseason that's happened. Oh yeah, Lucas, I love making content, and I don't mind the time that it takes to make my kind of content. I shouldn't say I worked on it from 6 a.m. I woke up around 6 a.m. But, yeah, I had some footage prior. I edited it up, and I'm like, I could do a little bit more. So, I spent an extra hour getting some more recording just to flesh out the episode a bit more, and love how it came out. Down the sideline again. This one's thrown away. Carr better in the run game? Yeah, I would agree with that. Deep ball this time, and it's knocked down. Dante Fry. Which wide receiver 3 has been the most promising? That would be rookie Paul Sears. He has ran away with that competition. We've had some good play from everybody else too, but he's easily been the most consistent. He's had the most complete preseason. I am really excited for college football. I never follow it as much as I want to. This year, I really want to follow it closer, watch more of the big games. The issue is always, like, football season kind of shortens my week a little bit. I don't end up doing a lot on Sundays. So, I'm usually scrambling to get some stuff done on Saturday, and that's college football day. But, I need to find a better way to structure my week so that I can take time on Saturday and Sunday to watch a lot of football. Because I always miss out on the college game. And I like college football. Just like I like the NBA. I just don't always set aside the time for it. You know, I pick my spots best I can. I'm always going to give attention to the NFL. And over the past few years, I've gotten to be a big baseball fan again. So I watch a lot of baseball too. I'm not sure what to expect for playoff teams. Like, I don't know college football that well. I'm sure Alabama's got a plan for all the players that just went pro like they always do. On first down, we get some pressure, and that's broken up. Again, Fry in the area. I don't know if I'll do another 2K series. There are some other things I want to get around to, and I'm not sure 2K will make the cut. There's some other sports I even have been interested in trying to do more with. FIFA, I'm interested in. PGA, I'm interested in. Legit, like, I did one PGA video last year. I really like PGA 2K21, so if there's a cool career mode, I think it'd be fun. Even in a streaming deal, I would be down with that. NHL has a lot of franchise features I've been interested in seeing. I've never played with myself. A minute 30 left to go. We run it to the right side, and there's no room. Could I stream the Olympic video game? Some of the little games in there looked kind of interesting, but those games never end up having the polish I look for in a sports game. I had a lot of fun with the surf. It was great when I needed it. That was when Madden was letting me down. One more play. They have to call one more play. They have to snap the ball. Throw it to the end zone, Floyd. No, that's short. Very fun preseason today. Let's check out the stats now. Oh, there wasn't any more mentorship things here. Like, I really picked the wrong one. Oh, well. All right, here were the stats from preseason then. Good completion percentages, a lot of picks for Dishman, no sacks for Rosemond. Rushing, Penn 4.1, Blue 2.8, Baxter 4.0, but not the best rushing. Receiving, though, you already know, it was Paul Sears putting on a show for us. George Ingram, Danny Arrington, Antonio Werner. That's really what made the stream today, is the play of Paul Sears. Adrian Payton even had his moments. I think he safely makes the team. Kicking, Ryan Ford. We saw that he definitely has some good leg power. His misses were one in the 40s and one in the 50s, it looks like. We're going to go forward with Ryan Ford as punter. I have played Out of the Park briefly. I should play those games more. Preseason was fun. Any advice for upcoming streamers or podcasters? I mean, I think everything's easier when you're making content that you really enjoy, and with how competitive the space has gotten, whether it's podcasting, streaming, YouTube videos, you have to be doing something that you're willing to grind, and it's just so much easier when you do enjoy it. And then, try not to be too much of a perfectionist. You are not going to be where you want to be when you start out, regardless of what you're doing. And what's most important is just putting in good effort and then being able to analyze how you did and say, okay, here's where I can get better, get feedback from whatever audience you have to see what they think. It's always good to have other perspectives. And don't be afraid to experiment. I mean, most of my successes making content over the years, this series format, for instance, was nothing more than an experiment. It wasn't a calculated decision I made to make the Browns rebuild into a series that changed my entire channel. It just happened because I was willing to put in the effort to experiment. And it happened to work. It won't always work, but When you hit, you can really hit. So, I know it's very general advice, but I think that you need to have the right approach, be very process-oriented, and just trust the grind, really. I hope that helps. So that is going to do it for me today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed hanging out with everybody. There's more Texans franchise coming later this week. We're on to week 1. I imagine we're watching week 1. I try to skip over some of the division games now, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day. And if you want more content of mine to watch, again, on my main channel, I just posted a Rockies franchise video earlier today. And you can click that video and go watch it there. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, everybody. I'll see you next time.